we are told that we have a parallelogram here. And as soon as you see that word parallelogram, you know it has a few things true about it, one of which is that these two sides opposite from each other are exactly equal. So what can we do with that information? Well, let's make an equation that says the side on the left, on the top, which is 2x plus 9, equals the side on the bottom, which was negative x squared plus 4x plus 44. Okay, well, great. That's all that this first box is asking you, just that you understand what the relationship is between sides on a parallelogram. But now we have to actually get to work with some algebra solving this thing. And the way I'm going to do this, just like I would do for any quadratic, is I'm going to add x squared to each side. I'm going to subtract 4x from each side. And I'm going to subtract 44 from each side. And hopefully you see what the result of this is going to be. My goal is to get 0 on one side. And the reason for 0 on one side is because when you have quadratics, the way you solve those is by setting it equal to 0 and then using your tricks, one of those tricks being factoring. So what I get here is x squared minus 2x minus 35 equals 0, once I've balanced both sides. Now that should look a whole lot nicer, and that is all this next part is asking for. It says balance your equation with a positive quadratic. So the next thing we want to do is put this thing in what's called factored form right there. So I'm going to just rewrite this in factored form. This is x minus 7 and x plus 5. I'm not going to walk through all the steps of how you factor. That's way old news. We've done that 100 times by now. So that's going to be my next answer in this box over here. And when you solve that, remember what we do when we solve these things. We say x minus 7 equals 0. Well, that's a little equation. It's very easy to deal with. I'm just going to add 7 to both sides. And that's going to get me my solution, which is x equals 7. And I'm going to do the same thing with this other one. X plus 5 equals 0. And you see we can solve that very easily. We get x equals negative 5. So those are my two solutions. That's what this next box is asking for. Negative 5 and 7. Now, you can't be sure that both of these answers are correct. You really can't be sure that any answer is correct unless you actually plug it back into the shape. And I'm going to plug it back into the highlighted side right here because that's such an easy side. I'm going to say that my side AB is equal to 2x plus 9. Well, what's x? I don't know. X could be 7, like we're seeing right here, in which case 2 times 7 plus 9 gives you 23. Or you can plug in the other one and say 2 times negative 5 plus 9. Well, that's negative 1. So which one of these things seems reasonable? Hopefully, you've got an instinct that negative side lengths are bad news. So we're going to take the positive one, and there's always going to be just one answer, and that is our side length of AB. And remember what I said at the beginning. If you have a parallelogram, that means the opposite sides are of equal length. So we don't need to go plug it in to the DC equation. You can if you want to. You can just plug in that value into the bottom line, just like I did with the top one. But there's no need to, because it must be equal to the same thing.